Hello and welcome to Photokina TV. On this first show we are at day -1 of Photokina. In fact, back there you can see sometimes booths are still being set up around us. You might hear some noises because the show hasn't started yet. And what better way to start Photokina TV than with a real innovation. I have a studio guest here, Toby, from Datacolor. And we are going to talk about a product that will only be launched 2 days from now, so it's a real preview.
Indeed.
And a secret thing. What is it about? Datacolor is color management, right?
Yes, Datacolor is color management, and what we're producing here is a new color management tool for color managing cameras and for raw workflow.
Now, color managing cameras. For me, so far, color management was screens, and you have these spiders on there, and they fix the color of the screen. But you're talking about calibration of cameras.
Well, it's a very similar process where we're going to use color patches on a target instead of color patches on screen, and use that to correct the camera through the raw workflow and create a source which is both consistent and accurate.
Where does the need to calibrate cameras come from? I thought they were all the same.
Well, often a photographer will carry more than one body and find when he gets back to the studio that even the shoots from two cameras of the same brand are not identical. And so consistency within one camera is important, but consistency between different bodies is another good reason for camera calibration.
So when I have a professional shoot and I want to make sure that my two cameras deliver the same color, that's what we do here.
Yes, exactly. That would be one excellent reason for calibrating your cameras.
Okay, let's get right into the actual how-to process. We have a really nice device here. We can see it on the camera from above. It's a sturdy box, SpyderCheckr, here's the name. And now you explain to me what it is.
Well, it's a color target. It's collapsible, which is convenient for some uses, but also very important is it has a tripod mount at the bottom and a reverse tripod mount at the top. So that gives you lots of options for using this target, mounting it and lighting it accurately. It's being rigid is excellent, but it also has replaceable components, so that this actually is quite a green product because you can remove the target sheets and replace them over time. You also can invert them and use this as a gray balance target because both sheets have gray patches on the back for camera calibration.
There's a little very interesting thing down here. What is this? The fade checker?
The fade checker is simply a light exposure patch that lets you know how much exposure your target has had and therefore how long you should go between changing the target sets.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, you would take a picture of this.
Exactly.
And what happens then?
Well, you're going to shoot your image of this in RAW mode and you're going to import it into Photoshop or Photoshop Elements or Lightroom, and that will trigger a RAW mode. Let's go into Lightroom and look. Here's a shot of a target. And there's 3 corrections I'm going to make here in the software to this target before I send it to our application. One is I'm going to crop it. Once I've cropped it, my next correction is going to be to white balance it. I'm actually going to use the 20% gray patch here as an ideal white balance patch.
Oh, that's a difference, huh?
Yeah, quite a bit of difference. And then I will adjust the exposure, which is going to be the white patch, where I'll adjust that till I get RGB values of approximately 90% would be ideal. That just about does it. One try here. So once I have good white values, I'll go down and check the black and adjust that until it is, using the black control here, until it's at 4% or below. Then that's all I have to do. We now export that image to our application by saying Edit in SpyderCheckr.
That launches your own software, which is now going to analyze this color chart.
That's correct. It's going to bring up our software, and this target will already be imported into our software when it launches. And there it is. Now I could make adjustments to the fit of the color patches on the screen if my cropping wasn't quite perfect. But mostly what I'm going to do here, I'll zoom in a little so you can see the options, is I'm going to choose a mode. Colorimetric is most common. Saturation gives a little boost. A lot of photographers prefer that. And portrait mode for controlling skin tones. So once you've chosen a mode, you choose which application you're going to export to, the one you're working in, Lightroom or Camera Raw, and you say Save Calibration, and that's it.
Now this plays the image back, oh no, the generated profile. Is it a profile?
This is going to create a calibration, which will be in the form of a preset that will be automatically imported into Lightroom or Camera Raw.
Okay.
So once I've named it, I'm done. I'll quit this application. Now you need to relaunch Camera Raw or Lightroom at this point for your new calibration. Once you've done that, you can take a
zoom out
image here and
a man with a purple thing.
yes, man with an extremely purple hat. I chose this image because when you apply, if we apply a camera calibration to this image, you'll see noticeable changes in that purple hat. Now, I shot this photo, and it did not look like this kind of raw, very red purple originally, and you'll see that correction, lighter, more detail, less pink, in the final calibrated version. Now, where those calibrations are happening is down here in the HSL mode of Camera Raw or Lightroom.
So you can actually edit this. You can touch it and change it according to your needs.
Well, yeah, first of all, you can see what adjustments it's making. So it's an educational tool as to where your camera's channels are being adjusted. But you can also edit these. You can reduce them if you'd like to make a subtler effect. You can adjust the portrait intent to your idea of how portraits should control skin tones. So it's a fully visible and a fully flexible solution.
Cool.
And you can then apply that correction to an entire folder full of images that were shot with that camera. You can also build calibrations under different light sources and apply those accordingly.
Wow. All that took about, I'd say, 2 minutes. That's fast.
Yes, it's an easy process. It's directly within the normal raw workflow, which is important to photographers. They don't want to leave their workflow and go do something somewhere else. They want to get on with their work.
Great. So camera calibration with the color
SpyderCheckr.
Color SpyderCheckr. Thank you very much for showing this to us. And you're going to have your launch here at Photokina. Are you excited?
Oh, we're looking forward to it. The development process is always something that builds to a launch. So we're very much looking forward to seeing this, the public's opinion of this.
Well, thank you for being in the show, for presenting this very interesting product to us. Thank you for watching back home, and see you next time on Photokina TV. Goodbye.